Hello, my name is Han. Just a little disclaimer before I get started. This is not going to be a normal commentary. I'm going to be getting into a lot of philosophical bullshit in this video, so if you think you can handle it, strap yourself in because we're going headfirst down that rabbit hole. Now, when you think of the word YOLO, meaning you only live once, what does that mean to you? To me, it's always just meant, oh, that's the battle cry of someone who's about to do something really stupid. And honestly, that's pretty much what it means now. But after one night of insomnia, I came to the conclusion that it actually means a lot more than I thought it did, and it's actually something you really should live your life by. So, yeah, hear me out, and here we go. It was a couple weeks ago where I just couldn't sleep. I was exhausted, I did everything I could to get to sleep, but basically, my brain just wouldn't shut the fuck up. I don't know if you have that problem, but I do every once in a while. My mind was just skipping over all these different subjects. I had really no conscious control of what I was thinking about. And during that night, for some reason, my brain came to think about a trope in fiction where you have some kind of character. It's usually one of the main characters who, for some reason, has a premonition of the future of something bad that's about to happen. And so this character makes it his mission to make the bad premonition not come true at any cost. But then by the time it's over, all the things he did to try to prevent it from happening end up being the thing that caused it to happen in the first place. The best example I can give of this is from Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, the illustrious least shitty of the prequels, where Anakin starts having these nightmares of his wife dying in childbirth. And before it gets started, don't complain about spoilers. It's Star Wars, for Christ's sake. Everyone knows what happens. So Anakin goes to Yoda for some advice, tells him, hey, I'm having these nightmares, my wife's dying in childbirth. I think it might be a premonition of the future, what should I do? And Yoda's advice is basically, hey, a direct quote would be, death is a natural part of life. Then he just basically goes on to say that everyone's gonna die, you're gonna have to deal with it. And Anakin, being the little whiny baby that he is, of course decides not to take this advice. Instead he goes, hey, Palpatine told me that if I join the dark side that I can stop people from dying, so I'm gonna do that. Okay, bye. That's basically what Anakin said. And so he joins the dark side, helps Palpatine with his mission to kill all the Jedi. Anakin goes, kills a bunch of baby Jedi, because, yeah, sacrificing babies is fine as long as you can save your wife that nobody really cares about because she has no personality. So after he kills the babies, all the other Jedi are on the run from the clone troopers, so he has to deal with his master Obi-Wan. And by this time he's totally nuts. He tracks Obi-Wan down to this lava planet or something, which his wife just happens to be with Obi-Wan at the time. And he sees her first. He's totally insane right now, so he just telling her, where's Obi-Wan? Tell me where Obi-Wan is. And she's like, Anakin, what's happened to you? You've changed. And then so he goes nuts again, force chokes her, slams her against the wall, and that just pretty much makes her lose all hope and will to live. And then at the end of the movie, she has the babies and dies because she just, like I said, has no will to live anymore. And it was all his fault for turning to the dark side in the first place. If he would have taken Yoda's advice, everything would have been fine. And after my brain went on that little tangent for probably about a half an hour, it made me think of an old Chinese proverb. Now, this isn't verbatim, this is pretty much just the gist of it, but what it says is, a man is most likely to encounter his destiny on the path he takes to avoid it. Which pretty much sums up the whole story I just told now, but that made me think about that further because, like I said, I could not get my brain to shut the fuck up. So now I'm thinking about that, and I'm trying to get some kind of deeper meaning out of it, and I come to the conclusion that the true meaning behind that is not to let fear dictate your life. Or to quote the Delgados, live your life, just make sure it's your own one. So don't try to avoid the things that are scaring you. Live your life, and when those things come along, deal with them when you do. If you try to run away from them, that's the worst thing you can do, and you're going to cause a lot more trouble for your life. And after that little tangent, that's what made me realize that that's actually what you only live once actually means. And I cannot tell you how much that pissed me off, because as long as I've heard people saying YOLO, I hated that shit so much. I just thought it was the stupidest thing ever, and why are these idiots saying it? But now I've come to the conclusion that it's actually really profound. People don't seem to realize that, because they're just like, oh, you only live once means I have an excuse to do stupid things, because hey, I'm not going to get another chance. But that's not actually the case, and that just, I couldn't handle it from there, because I don't know, my brain was literally on autopilot that whole time. It wasn't any conscious thought, it was just running away, and I came to this crazy conclusion that I think unfortunately actually makes sense. So if you stuck around this far, thanks. I don't know why you did, but thanks anyway. And I do want to hear in the comments what you guys think about my little conclusion. Does it make sense, or am I just fucking losing it? The gameplay here, it's coming to an end. I don't have the actual end of the gameplay. I think we lose by a little bit. I'd appreciate it if you leave a comment, rate the video, and subscribe. And thanks for watching.